Good morning. Welcome to today's Write In. Good morning. I forgot to mute myself. Okay, so welcome to today's Write In. I hope that you are doing very well this morning. It is so bright and sunshiny outside, which makes me very happy. I'm a sunshine kid, so I love the fact that the sun is out. It puts me in a better mood, and we all need to be in good moods to get this stuff done. So anyway, how are you? If you come in and if you're watching this later, just let me know in the comment section how you're doing, how your weekend was, what's going on with you. If you are here with me today, just go ahead and let me know, how are you doing? Are you excited to be getting writing? And let me know what your plan is for today. I am planning to continue working through some of the exercises in this John Truby book. And I'm currently working on the character development. I'm at page 97. And there are some questions for writing exercises that I'm going to be working through this morning. So that is my plan for today, for this writing sprint and this working. Can't be a writing sprint really, like if we're not if we're not doing a sprint, then we're not doing a sprint. But I just, it's time for us to be together, to work together. Also, I found out that, for the first time since past 2 weeks, I did not have somebody call in to say that I had been using their music on the channel. And so they do this thing where the person who owns the music that you play gets to claim your video, so that if the video ever makes money, they get the money. And it's a good thing because you use their music. So in order to not be stealing it, you have to allow them to make money from the music that they play. So, which is fine. So instead, I'm going to be listening off of a different device. And I have put the playlists of what I'm going to be listening to, as well as where I got them from, in the description box below. So if you are interested at all in listening to the same thing, it's mostly sci-fi music, sort of music from different movies and stuff like that. So it just puts me in a state of mind that I like. Okay. What else? One of the things that I have also been thinking about is the writing, the business of writing, and why it is that I'm doing this. I want to tell a story. It's important for me to be able to tell a story, but I cannot say definitely that I don't have other aspirations for the stories that I'm telling. Of course, the ultimate one would be to get a great book deal and have your story turned into a movie because you think it's movie worthy. We have all these aspirations about what our books can turn into, what our writing can turn into. And so I feel that a lot of times it's hypocritical to say that we don't have aspirations. Like, I'm not just writing for myself. I want to be able to reach different people with my stories. Most importantly, people who are like my past self, my past younger self, who have dreams about what this world could be, about what life could be, and don't have any place to sort of imagine these things from. Get away from me, chair. So that is why I do this. I do this because I want other people to have a world in which they can dwell, where they feel represented. That's why I do this. So another thing we don't want to forget is our hydration. And I keep looking to the side because I have the Google Hangouts window right there. And I have the YouTube window down here just so that I can monitor the live chat. If anybody comes in, you have something to say, please let me know. All right, we'll go ahead. Ooh, and I picked this up. And it has all kinds of interesting bits in here. One interesting thing is I found a lot of Amharic. And if you are not sure what that is an Ethiopian language. And they have their own alphabet. But every now and then, wait, it was at the beginning. Every now and then, there is a page with Amharic on it. And I was like, wait a minute, what? What's going on here? Here on this page, and it's sort of very Ethiopian, ancient Ethiopian art, and that is how Amharic is written, and there's some diagrams and stuff, you know. And I didn't find the description for what that is, but I did find another page that has a spell for turning someone into some kind of animal. So that was fascinating. So anyway, that is how I gifted myself this month. All right. So let's get to writing. It is 9:36 already. I know usually by this time we're all the way in it, so we'll get started. And if you haven't been here before doing the write-ins, what I tend to do is do a basic introduction, then start a 20-minute sprint, and then we take breaks in between. And the reason why we take breaks is so we can stand up from our seats, get another drink, you know, do what we need to do in order to keep ourselves slightly healthier than sitting here the whole time just writing. And we usually finish at about 11 o'clock, sometimes a little earlier and sometimes a little later, depending on how many breaks it is we need to take or what kind of conversations we end up having in the live chat. But we'll start right away with a 20-minute chat, and I will start the clock now. So I hope you have all your materials ready, because we are about to get this started. All right, let's go. 20 minutes, and then I will let you know when the time is up. And that is our time. I'll give you a moment to complete your thought. I certainly need to complete mine. B.B. Kellers, is that how we should say who you are? Welcome to the Write-In. And I know that Dahlia is working on it on her outline. I'm working on an outline as well, just going through this book, The Anatomy of Story. And sometimes when I'm not like all in my head about it, I remember that this work is important in order to understand the story that I'm writing better. So just figuring out, I'm not a pantster after all. That is not me. Okay, so we have just finished our first 20-minute writing sprint or working sprint. And I encourage you to stand up, get up off your seat, stretch if you need to. I'm going to go and refill my glass of water, and I will be right back because we can't like grow into our chairs, right? And I will be right back, just going to get some water. All right. Okay. I think I'm just being impatient personally because I want to get on with the writing, but I feel like I'm cheating the story if I don't make sure that I get through sort of the workbook. And I came across this article of someone who has gone through the workbook, and their exercises at the end of each chapter to help you think through what it is you're doing, what you're working on. And boy, oh boy, I find it so difficult at that point to put words to paper. And I just read an article where someone was like, well, with each exercise, I came out with 25 sheets of paper. We'll keep pressing on like we need to. Okay. Also, if you're listening, if you listen to music while you write, please let me know. I love knowing what it is people are using. I also keep images on the back of my screen to help inspire me write about these places. I do keep, I have, whatchamacallit, a Pinterest board where I gather images about the place that I'm trying to write about what I imagine it's going to be. And so I keep those in the background to remind me where I am and what I'm supposed to be doing. That's what I do with that. Truth. For NaNoWriMo, I was 40,000 words into the story that I was writing when I realized I was going in the wrong direction because I was pantsing. That was the worst thing ever, like 40,000 words, and we still had like a week to go. I would have made the 50,000 words goal, but how do you keep writing when you're going in the wrong direction? It was so frustrating, but not a pantster. All right, so let's get on with the getting on. It is 3 minutes past 10 o'clock. We'll do our next 20-minute sprint. Excuse me. And get this work done so we can continue with our day. This is the reason why we do it in the morning, to make sure that we get the writing out of the way so we can do something else. Okay, so our next 20 minutes are starting right now, and I will see you soon. Later. And that is our time. Sorry about that. It's Baden's brother, who is with us for a few weeks. And he's taking the car. So you know how that goes. In case you need the car. I'll give you a moment to sort of finish your thoughts. I think one of the reasons why I find this book complicated to follow is because I don't know a lot of the references. If you do not know, I was born and raised in Uganda, and my parents did not let us have a TV until the last born in our family was done with primary school. So once he got into a good secondary school, then they were like, okay, now we can have a TV. And no one was interested in like watching Casablanca. We wanted to catch up on all the episodes of TV shows of people our age. So, you know, so when he references Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid, which is a 1969 movie, that is many years before the time we were watching movies, or The Cherry Orchard by Anton Chekhov in 1904. Like, I'm not going to, as a young person, I wasn't going to watch that movie, and I'm busy now. I can't watch that movie. So when he references the characters in the book and stuff like that, I get lost. Just lost. So that is one of the things about this for me. Also, one of the things that I think I'm trying to do is not make someone into a guru for me, so that everything that they say is the thing that I'm doing, and I cannot deviate from their instructions or their suggestions or whatever it is. So what I try to do is take every instruction with a grain of salt, whatever I find useful, you know, just, or stuff I hadn't thought about before, is to have some notes in here that I can reference when I'm working on later projects. So that's what's happening with that. Want to give us a chance to stand up? I hope you're drinking something, because we don't want dehydrated people around here. All right, I'm going to stand up, get off the seat. What about the Philadelphia story from 1940? It's like, what are these references? For a wedding and a funeral, yes. For weddings and a funeral. Anyway, we'll see. I guess it's just to draw the conclusion, because what he's doing is giving like tons of examples. He'll tell you like what I'm looking at right now is the web of conflict between characters. And he suggests that conflict should exist between four major characters to help give it more complexity, to help give the story more complexity. And so he's giving examples in these different movies of the four characters who are in conflict with each other. So, but it's not sort of like the meat of the information that he's giving. So, yeah. Okay, it is almost 10:30. I'd like to give us our last 20-minute session. I want to make sure that you stood up. Did you stand up? Dahlia, did you check on your family? How much snow did you get? Was it like a storm? We got a little snow, but it was just a little. Even though we've had record amounts of snow this year. And just FYI, I'm in Ottawa in Canada. So we got record amounts of snow, but it's not like, you know, I feel like it's any other winter. So I'm not complaining. All right, let's get on with this for our next 20 minutes, which will take us to 10:50, and then we can be done with the morning work for the story, because we'll have put in some really good time for this. Okay, let's see. Okay, and our 20 minutes will start now. And that is our time. Oh my. That is our time. I'll let you finish your thought, and I will just finish mine right here. I always feel so great at the end of this writing together thing that we're doing. It's not really a writing sprint, just 20 minutes of concentrating on the work that we're supposed to do, and then get on with the rest of the day. I try to get in as many as I can, but you know, I'm home, chores and whatnot, so those need to get done as well. I figure that if I have anywhere between 6 and 10 of these 20-minute writing spaces, that it will be that I'll get a bunch of work done. And then over the weekend, I wasn't even intending to take a break. Instead, but instead of writing, I had some apple seedlings that I needed to transfer. And I think I'll upload a short video I did about that on my channel for future reference. So I can say, look at the seedlings that I put together up here. So I put some apple seedlings in their own pots, and I had to make a cake for Baden's brother, whose birthday was on Saturday. So, you know, the weekend was busy. And there's laundry to be done and preparing for the week. Anyway, so I'm glad for these times when I can sit down and just do some work. Thank you so much, Dahlia, for being here. I really appreciate it. And I hope I'll be seeing you next time as well. And if you are watching this at a later time, thank you so much for watching this video. If you have not yet subscribed, subscribe, and I will see you all next Monday. All right. Have a wonderful the rest of your day. I am off to get some stuff done, and then I will be sitting back for some more writing because I need to get through this chapter today. Okay. And if you plan to have your own write-ins or live broadcasts, please let me know. I cannot do it after 8 o'clock, but I can do any time before then. All right, take care of yourselves, and I will talk to you all later. Bye.